Welcome back to Bravo Breaking News. So the Vanderpump Rules drama never stops because we have more leaked footage of this season that is giving us insights into how the cast is reacting post-Scandival. We also have some insights that Scheana Shay herself shared on a recent Amazon Live that honestly, shocks me to my core. So let's get into it all, but before I dive in, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any Bravo breaking news. So if you watched my last video about Vanderpump Rules, it kind of seems like the cast is maybe starting to mend fences with Sandoval after the recent trip to Lake Tahoe. We saw that Lala revealed on her Amazon Live that, several cast members are maybe kind of nearing the line of stepping over and becoming friends with Sandoval again. Who those cast members were, she didn't reveal. But I had a hunch, and what I said turned out to be true, as we're seeing from this leaked footage and interview with Scheana. So let's start with the Amazon Live from Scheana. According to People magazine, VPR's Scheana Shay details emotionally draining one-on-one healing with Tom Sandoval. My eyelashes hurt. The Vanderpump Rules star explained that she was not expecting to be paired with Sandoval, her best friend's ex, during filming at a spiritual retreat for season 11. She shared on her Amazon Live that, "I get paired with Sandoval to do this spiritual meditation healing sort of thing," Shay revealed during an Amazon Live on Monday about a cast trip to Lake Tahoe, California. "It was very uncomfortable." The Shake That singer, they should have said good as gold, noted that she thought the meditation would make good TV because she and Sandoval were not expecting to be paired together, since she naturally assumed she'd be undergoing the spiritual work with husband Brock Davies. "Wednesday filming was beyond the most emotionally draining day I have ever had in 11 seasons of Vanderpump Rules," Shay said. "My eyelashes hurt from how much I cried that day. My contacts were dry, I was congested, I felt weak in every way possible." She recalled that their conversation during the retreat was not easy because of their longtime friendship and what had happened last season, and seemingly went on to address the fan criticism after Sandoval was featured in her Instagram last week. "I don't like what he did to Ariana, obviously. Him and I have had a really long friendship, so everyone always says, 'Oh, Scheana, the flip-flopper, Scheana needs to have loyalty,' and losing a friendship of that long has obviously been a struggle. But Team Ariana," she added. "She's my girl." Okay, so there is a lot to unpack here. First of all, the meditation with Tom Sandoval. So of course, they were put in a situation where they were forced to film together. I'm sure she didn't choose to be paired with Sandoval. I'm sure it just happened that way. But it looks like she came out of it, maybe thinking about him in a new light. Meditation and healing has power, and it sounds like that really, really got to Scheana. Lala addressed that a lot of cast members have been kind of inching their way back into his life, and I bet you this is what she was talking about, It sounds like if she's coming out of this, bawling her eyes out so much that her fake eyelashes, which she's probably promoting with this post, are hurting, I think that means that her and Sandoval's relationship is definitely on the mend. But it also sounds like she is still Team Ariana, which I would hope she was. And it kind of even seems like those two things can coexist. She can maybe, learn to forgive Sandoval, or at least begin to, while still remaining friends with Ariana. Ariana is a very well-rounded, understanding person. As hurt as she is by this, I think she might be able to understand that Scheana and Tom's friendship goes way, way back, even further back than Tom and Ariana's relationship. So the fact that Scheana is making up with Tom, I think is honestly inevitable. I think it was bound to happen. And I think that anybody coming for Scheana for, number one, putting her arm around Sandoval in a picture with a fan, and number two, maybe feeling something and maybe, starting to see a new light after a deep meditation session with him, I think that's the wrong way to go. I think that, we've seen this on Housewives time and time again. Housewives fight, there is a big blow-up altercation, and then they make up. We see it the next season, it's part of the storyline. So I think that's part of what we're seeing on Vanderpump Rules. Okay, so that's enough about Scheana. Let's talk about another cast member that might be mending fences with Sandoval as well, and that is DJ James Kennedy. So we got leaked footage of last night's See You Next Tuesday. I saw James post that he was going to be at SUR DJing for See You Next Tuesday last night. I was really tempted to go, but, Orange County to LA is a 1-hour drive, and I couldn't do it. But I'm having FOMO now because they were filming, and guess who showed up? Tom Sandoval. Yes, thank you to the Zen Blonde who was there and posted this footage of Sandoval at SUR with James Kennedy. But it's not just them two there. Of course, Allie is there as well. But Schwartz and Joe, yes, the infamous Joe, who was or maybe still is Tom Schwartz's roommate and who is basically Katie's arch nemesis, is there with Schwartz. Now, this is a lot to unpack because it doesn't seem like James and Sandoval are, fighting, arguing. They kind of seem to be like laughing and having a good time. So that kind of shows me that the trip to Lake Tahoe not only resulted in Sheena and Tom making up, but maybe James and Tom as well. Because let's be real, they had a friendship. They had even like a business relationship. They were playing shows together and they, James kind of looked up to him as an older brother. So it makes sense why James might be another one kind of, going towards Sandoval's side. I mean, it kind of is a 180 seeing as what we saw on the reunion last season, but I don't know. Again, it was inevitable. They're filming together. It's gonna happen. But let's talk about the Schwartz and Joe of it all. Why is Joe still in the picture? Are Schwartz and Joe together? Like, what is going on here? We saw Tom, Joe, and Raquel do the whole double date thing last season. We caught them in Big Bear. It was a whole thing. So the fact that Joe is now being filmed and is potentially a new friend of on the show is just kind of insane to me. This girl has been put through the ringer, and Raquel, of course, has gotten a lot of hate on social media, but so has Joe. But here she is, sitting next to Schwartz in a neon trucker hat, kind of just, along for the ride. It's kind of crazy. I did talk with Up and Adam this morning, and we thought that maybe this is a way to kind of ease Raquel into filming, because we have not seen Raquel yet. Joe and Raquel are friends, obviously. At least they were before she went to Arizona and went to the mental health facility. So if they are still friends, this gives Raquel, Tom, and Tom another person to film with, to hang with, which was always my question, like, who is going to be filming with Raquel when she returns? Maybe it's Joe. Maybe it was always going to be Joe. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. So this leaked footage has me reeling, and it has confirmed that a lot of the cast is definitely kind of, straying towards Sandoval's side. They're making up, they're hanging out, and it seems like that's probably going to continue throughout the season. The Zen Blonde also did post a little funny thing. She went to the Abbey after See You Next Tuesday and spotted Sandoval with two blondes. So, I don't know. Does this confirm that him and Raquel are no longer together? It's likely. I mean, of course, the blondes could have been fans and kind of approached Sandoval in this situation, which maybe I would have too. But I don't know. I think it's safe to say that Sandoval and Raquel are not together anymore. And Tom is just, frolicking about WeHo, trying to find another woman to satisfy his narcissistic needs. So that is the Vanderpump Rules update of the day. I will be here to mention it all and update you on everything that comes out, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any Bravo breaking news.